You kind of had a unique perspective talking to McCutchen. Now he's back with the Pirates. But a lot of people thought, another 90-loss team. It's just a feel-good story. He came back there to win. What was it like talking to him?
It was cool. I think the biggest thing, and we're going to go to spring training in a second, but I thought it was really cool to sort of just hear how he sort of from the outside looked in to what the Pirates were doing again, which made it interesting for him to sort of sign back there and go full circle to where it all started. And, just talking to him in spring training, we talked for about 30 minutes. I mean, 5 on air, but 30 minutes, and he was just, you could tell he was at peace. He was in a good place with what he saw from the clubhouse, what he saw from the coaches, how everybody was talking about the team, and it wasn't eyewash. Yeah. It wasn't just talk for us to be able to have something in spring training. It was real, right. And I was like, maybe the Pirates got something that we don't know. And we're seeing it right now, even without their star and O'Neal Cruz, right? Yeah. You're seeing these guys still go out there and perform at a high level.
Here was a snippet, by the way, of that conversation.
They need some direction as far as, I think, from a player standpoint of understanding what it takes to win, and also being part of the losing. I've been there. It wasn't that long ago that this team was winning here, and I was a part of that too. So I think I can be a big voice for that, and letting them know and directing them to winning more games. And they're a team that lost 100 games last year, but they're a team that shouldn't lose 100. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. And I was a part of the team that lost 100 too, and we probably should have lost 100. Yeah. So I know, I just know that difference. And I think this is a good young, group of guys who, a little bit of direction, us all get on the same page. Never know what could happen.
And fellas, I said outside looking in, but he still wants to play. He made sure he wasn't coaching. This is his first knock in the big leagues of Big Mike Pelfrey. Wow. June 4th, 2009, right? Look at the skinny Cutch. Comes back this year, standing over from, opening day. 2023, everybody's excited for him to come back town. Families in attendance, we're going to see them in a second. But this, when you talk about Andrew McCutchen, this is his 2000 hit the other day against Carlos Carrasco. I mean, it's just crazy how it goes full circle to get to this moment. All these youngsters who probably was, that goes the fan right there, Cutch City. I mean, that's just special in itself. But I think when you look at this young team, they look up to Andrew McCutchen. Yeah. They watched him, and these numbers right here speak to, hopefully, one day we talking about him in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I would say when you talk about the new age, the new day or new age Hall of Fame, those numbers to me speak to what Andrew McCutchen means, because he's special. He's gone through a lot recently as far as just, it's hard to figure out where you're going at the end of your career. You want to be able to take off your jersey, hand it to the team and go, I'm done. But, sometimes the phone don't ring. And you sitting at the crib, or you sitting here with makeup on talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But I do think when you look at what Andrew McCutchen has put himself right now, it's in a good position because he's in 265 with 8 and 23. So that's where you look at him and go, he's still got a lot left in the tank, and he's going to give it all, especially on this type of team.
And he said that. He said, hey, this isn't my last year playing. I'm not done. But, he's playing great on the field. But what I want to bring some attention to is, Ben Sherrington knows what it takes, a great general manager, and was over in Boston, and he put together the right personnel. In my major league career, I can't even put a number on what I learned from older veteran guys. At the end of their career, at the beginning of their career, it didn't matter. Talking to other players, and you heard Andrew say, they need a player's perspective and some accountability. There's no disrespect to any coach, any front office member. When there is player-to-player accountability, and those conversations can be as real as you can ever be, and you hear about players-only meetings and stuff. When you have this leadership around this much young talent, there is no doubt it is influencing your entire organization. And we're seeing it happen right here in Pittsburgh. I just wish, Cutch was disrespected this winter. Yeah. 1 year, $5 million, absolutely, when some of these other outfielders that didn't have quite the leadership skills or the on-field play, that just have a chance of running into some balls, get twice and 3 times as much. To me, I just wish the game would come back to recognizing what a veteran player can bring on the field, but how much he can influence the rest of the team. I was influenced so much by so many guys. I know Cutch is doing that. It's a big reason why Pittsburgh's doing what they're doing.